Hi. Jamie Genevieve launched her brand called Vieve, love the name, and I was super interested immediately because I just think her vibe is like so killer. There are like very few YouTubers, especially in the beauty community, where I'm like, I could totally vibe with that person, and I feel like she's one of them. So if you don't know Jamie, she is from Scotland. She's fucking baller, and she's just like dripping in excess. Jewelry, fucking tats, bomb-ass smoky eyes, the lips, the hair, I love it. So I decided to pick up some of her products, and I stand by my title. They look fucking awesome, but they definitely made some mistakes, and we're gonna be covering all of those today. I'm gonna jump into the tutorial, and then I will go into like all of the mistakes more towards the end. So if you just wanna see like a tutorial using the products, buckle up, bro, is what we're gonna do. And if you don't really care about like my thoughts or critiques, that shit's gonna be at the end, so you don't have to worry about it. So I've already primed my lids because we are going to be starting off with the eye palette. I used my Anastasia primer. And my lids are a little dry, so I'm going to keep that in mind when applying the shadows, but they do look like they're gonna be freaking stunning. So first up, I haven't even taken off the little plastics yet. It's black matte leather, almost hit myself in the face, style, gold lettering logo. When you open it up, it's got a nice big mirror. Quite lightweight, you know, not too big. Kind of reminds me of, it might be a little bit bigger, but it kind of reminds me of the Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, like with how large the pans are, but hers are round, the Dominique Cosmetics ones. Anyway, so nice big pans, gorgeous colors, obviously neutrals, more warm. Freaking, are you kidding me? Like, stop. I like that she's got cool tones and warm tones. We're gonna get right into it. And I'm gonna give you a classic motherfucking smoky eye because that's what Jamie's all about. That's what I used to be all about. And I haven't done it in a while. So we're gonna go in. So I'm gonna start off using my Morphe M573, which is a quite large blend. Oh, I should zoom you in, I guess. Let's get all up in here. And I'm going to start off with Buff, which is a really beautiful kind of like warm tan color. Just creeping around the back, try and see if you can see what I'm talking about. This color right here. So when I first dip my brush in, there isn't like a ton of kickback. There is some. I know we always just like talk about these things that don't really matter. Like I don't think kickback really matters, but it's usually some kind of a, it's usually, oh, do I want to start off with Buff? Sorry, I'm just rethinking my entire plan here. Some indication of how pigmented the shadows are going to be. I've changed my mind. I'm going to start off with Chow, which is this more like marigold kind of color right here. Warmer. They're similar in value. This is slightly darker and obviously more brown in it. So we're going to start off with that first. I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to start just by placing this in my crease. Oh, and you know what's so fun? My upstairs neighbors just started their fucking treadmill. Can you hear that? If you can't hear that, that's fantastic. If you're listening with headphones, you might be able to hear it. Anyway, so we're gonna start blending. We're just gonna have to ignore it. This is just my life. I'm gonna start blending like above the crease. These already look so blendable and nice. The sound quality of my videos, why do you have to ruin everything? Seriously, I need to move. I'm gonna blend that all, we're gonna go real smoke, so I'm gonna blend that all the way up to my brow. It's such an unsettling sound. It's like an alien spacecraft or some shit. That looks so beautiful. Kind of assumed that I was going to love these shadows because she's all about eyeshadow, so I just can't imagine her coming out with an eyeshadow palette that isn't like blendable and beautiful, you know? It looks like a combination of really beautiful, like blendability, softness, but also pigmentation, you know? But not like so sometimes when you apply a shadow, it's so pigmented that it's like wet and it's almost hard to blend out. But this definitely is not that. Plus I love the color, absolutely love the color. So I'm just gonna build this up a bit above my crease. That looks baller, just like on its own, you know? Do I wanna use this? Now I'm gonna use my MAC 217, and now I'm gonna go into Buff. Once again, looking down into a mirror, and I'm going to focus it a little bit more, a little lower, still above my crease, above where that fold is. I'm just going to start like, kind of like defining that shadow, I guess. Bringing it into the inner corner, but not like, you know, over by my nose. Those two colors together, you know? Fucking great. So far, they blend out almost too easily. You know, it's like hardly any effort. Those two colors are working so beautifully together. I love it so far. It's almost as if, like sometimes you blend, I've actually talked about this with other shadows before, but like it's very rare to find that you can like put a shadow down, blend it out, and then go back in and blend more. So like I felt like this was looking a little less blended than this side, so I went in and just kind of like started to try and blend it out a little more, and it's as if like the pigment can... All right, so now I'm gonna use my Sigma E27 detailed blender brush, and I'm gonna pick up Cozy? Wait. British English, that's how they spell it. So we spell cozy C-O-Z-Y. So I was like, Cozy? But I'm gonna pick up Cozy, which is this really beautiful, like kind of muted brick color. Start to warm up the crease and bring it, I don't know why I'm leaning, and then bring it a little down. So I'm kind of just doing like my little blending trick. This is sort of like how I like to tackle all of my smoky eyes, is just slowly build up the shades, and as they get darker, your shadow comes down a little bit more and your brushes get smaller. They just like are blending so easily. And they look so soft, but there's color there, you know? It's not like they're lacking any kind of pigment. And these pans are huge. Like these are gonna last a long time. I'm gonna take an even smaller brush, so I'm gonna use this guy. This is a little blender from Morphe. I don't know, from some like gold collection, just a like tiny little blender. And I'm gonna pick up a Delicious. What I also like is, if you look at this palette, it's like a very obvious progression, you know? From if you want to like really build up the warmth, and then deepen it a little bit, or build up more warmth, deepen it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, but she also included this really unique, cool toned, almost purpley shade. It's like almost gray, purple, brown. It's a really interesting color, and then obviously the black. So anyway, I'm gonna dip into Delicious, which is that brown, and further contour. This video is an excellent example of my blending technique. I don't know why I'm doing this, but apparently it helps me blend. If you don't have a blending brush that is this small, you don't fucked up. You need to get one, because it's like so necessary for everybody, no matter your eye size or shape. Morphe has great ones. I'm gonna pick up Lava Rock, this guy, this like very unique shade, almost cool toned, or quite cool toned actually, on that same brush. I'm gonna focus it a little bit more like flat on the tip, and then I'm gonna pack it on the outer and inner corner of the eye, kind of just like blending into those shades. Oh, I love how smoky these are. This is a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. As far as a cool toned color goes, I think it's going to be very universally flattering. And I'm gonna bring that like almost into the center. I haven't even like checked for fallout, because I just don't feel like we're getting any at all. I'm like not worried about it. Okay. Okay. What do I want to do here? What I really need is an even tinier blending brush, but I don't know if they exist. Apparently they do. So I'm gonna use the Unit 201 brush, which is basically, I feel like I've been using this to highlight, but I'm gonna use this for the black shade, which is Good Night, and I'll just show it to you one more time. Good Night. It looks like a very soft black, you know? And I'm going to deepen that up a little more. Kind of just like finishing off the contrast of the halo. So this is the easy part because we've already basically like drawn out the shape with all the other blending shades, and now we can kind of just like refine that shape. I just want you to know that as the treadmill slows down, I can see my mirror shake, so that's cool. Inner corner as well, just a teeny bit. And then I'm gonna take that black and I'm gonna really focus it along the lash line on like the outer half. Or actually, you know what, the whole lash line. I'm just gonna build up that color as if I'm just kind of like thickening up my my lashes, and then kind of, you know, just connect it there. I'm not gonna worry about making it like too blended because I am gonna go in with a shimmery lease? Not even crease, what am I talking about? Lid color, I don't know how that happened. Wow, I feel like so at home right now. I haven't done like a classic smoke look in such a long time, like in a full face, and that's just like so my identity. And I've been like basically just focused on natural makeup recently, and it feels very good to get back to basics. Before I go into the lid, I want to do the lower lash line. I'm actually just going to pick up a little bit more of Lava Rock on that tiny blending brush and just blend around the black, just to kind of like soften any lines. So, hello, thank you. ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Wildcat, which is basically like a khaki green, but metallic. On my waterline. I always fuck up and get it on my lash line at some point. And then I end up just putting it all over my lash line because I'm like, well, I guess we'll just do it. So I really like Lava Rock, like a lot. So I'm going to pick that up on my MAC 239S brush, and I'm gonna just buff that underneath my metallic liner. So I'm keeping it kind of like close to the lash line. I just love how soft these look, like no matter what. It's like perfect for a smoky eye, it's so her. Anyway, so just working this back and forth underneath that liner. I don't want to like blend them together, but I mean, I don't want to like mix them together, but I do want to blend, obviously. That color is just like so perfect for a smoky eye. I love it. All right. Using that same brush, I'm just going to pick up Good Night, the black color, and focus it on the outer corner right here. Not really the outer corner, I guess like kind of in a little bit. I don't know why I've been doing this recently. And then I'm not really going to connect the top and bottom. I'm just going to define this outer part, like literally right there. And then using the tiny blending brush, I'm going to wipe that off quite a bit because I used a lot of shadows so far, but I'm going to pick up Buff, the first shade that we went in with. So that like, I'm sorry, it wasn't the first, it was the second. Actually, should I use Chow? No, I'm going to use Buff. I want to keep the lower lash line like slightly more on the cool toned side. And I got Buff under here. So just softening those colors. Okay, and then using that first brush that we went in with, the big one from Morphe, I'm just going to kind of go over everything on the top around here to make sure that it's all blended. I'm gonna pick up Delicious on that Sigma brush. And I just wanna I want a little more smoke on the top. Okay, and then for my lid, I'm going to go in with, is it Thea? This shade? Because this one's kind of more of a nude, like pale gold almost, and this one just has like so much more, I don't know, like life to it. It's almost got like a, oh, we'll talk about that later. It's almost got like a Dirty Money, you know, from the Desi and Katie palette. It's kind of got that vibe. And I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use the Sigma E54. Place that right in the center of the lid. I think this is probably best with your finger. Let me try it. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely best with your finger. I might spritz my brush. I'm gonna pack it on with my finger in the center, and then I'm probably just gonna like actually try to wet my brush. Yeah, that's really fucking pretty though. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick some up with that brush and then spritz it with, actually I'm gonna use a little bit of the Rare Beauty spray because it's a little more dewy. Yeah, that's really comes to life with some moisture. Damn, love that. I love that color so much. Okay. I got a little bit of fallout from that shadow, probably from when I was like applying it dry with a brush, but nothing we can't dust away. Okay, for my inner corner and my brow bone, I'm going to go in with the highlight, which is Bijou. And if you can see, it is a little broken around the corners. And once again, we will chat about that later. But it's just a very beautiful pale gold shade with the V pressed in. Same packaging. For my brow bone, I'm going to use the Morphe M205 brush. Ooh. Very pretty. I'm going to be really interested to see how this looks on the face. And then for my inner corner, I'm going to use this little ColourPop, BH Cosmetics brush. It's just like a little detailer brush. And I'm actually going to spritz this as well. Such a pretty glow. It's very warm. It's almost got a, like a little bit of a, I mean, it's a very pale gold, but it's almost got like a little bit of a peach reflect in it, which I always love. Jamie's very tan, so like these warmer colors are going to be obviously super flattering on her. And I have, you know, obviously a warm skin tone. So I always appreciate that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that glow, dude. Did that light just change? All right, ready? Cheekbones. Yeah. Interesting. I love it. All right, so here's the thing about this highlighter. It's very, I mean, there's a lot of payoff, right? It has a very interesting combination of like a very fine pearl and a more distinct sort of glittery pearl. It's like, oh, it's super intense. I mean, it makes my cheekbone look like wet. I don't think I've used a highlighter like this in a really long time, but I'm into it. Yeah, I love it. And I love that color. And I don't think that it leaves any kind of like a gray or dark cast when I turn. You'll have to let me know if you can see anything, because that's always my like worry when it comes to very like beaming highlights. But that is just a beautiful color. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna dust a little bit above my brows. It's weird because I'm not usually into like I can see some glitter happening here. Maybe it's because it's closer to the holidays and I'm like down for it. And then for the tip of my nose, using this Hank and Henry brush in Monica, the style Monica. And then I'm gonna do a bit up here. I don't know why, but I've been doing this quite a bit recently. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished off the eyes. I just went in with some mascara, and then for lashes, I used Flutter lashes in the style Lovable. Double lift, so I think there's like 2 rows, and they are bomb as fuck. So I picked up I got a lip liner and I got 2 lipsticks, because I just wasn't really sure. So I got 9Ts, love the name, And then I got Vieve, which I believe is supposed to be Jamie's fave. To be completely honest, they're both a lot warmer than I was expecting. So let's see, what's the difference? They're actually very, very similar. So what is this? Vieve is just basically like a lighter version, and there might be a little bit more of a rosy tone in 90s. So let me swatch these for you real quick. The formula looks legit. Okay, so this is 90s, which, yeah, pretty much exactly how I described it. A little darker and a little bit more rose, and then this is Vieve, which is just basically like more of a warm nude. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just try Vieve because it's her fave and just kind of see how that goes. Oh, here it is. Okay. And then I got the lip liner in the color Velvet Sands, which just like that name, you know, which again looked a lot warmer than I was expecting. So that's the lip liner. So we're gonna contour with that first and then try Vieve. So it's super creamy, but it's not too, or it's very easy to draw with. So it's like creamy enough, but it's not too wet. Because I have talked about this before, especially with gel liners. There's one in particular that I'm thinking of from Sephora that I love the color, but it's like wet when you put it down, like a cream sheen lipstick almost, which makes it very difficult to like really get a nice line, especially if you're overlining your lips. But this has like a very nice matte finish, so it's easy to draw, but it's like it's not pulling on my skin, in other words. And I actually like the color more than I thought I would. I'm gonna kind of like just blend this into the center. All right, so let's go in with Vieve. My lips have been really dry recently. I actually kind of like the color better than I thought I would. It's maybe a little bit cool, light, I mean, for my skin, and warm, but I'm not mad at it. It works really nicely with that lip liner, actually. Yeah, I actually kind of like it. I don't know. The thing is, my lips have been really dry, and it's definitely like sticking quite a bit to those dry areas of my lip. I like the formula. Like, I think if I maybe exfoliated my lips and hydrated them a little bit better, maybe it would work a little better. Maybe avoid it if you have incredibly dry lips, but I'm not mad at it. I kind of want to go in with 90s, like, I don't know, maybe on like the outer parts and kind of blend. I like that color a little bit better, I think. It has a little more life in it. I feel like, can you stop freaking out? Dude, this fucking... I can't remember what I was saying before my light went out, but I think I need a little more color in my lips, and I think 90s is it. I definitely like Vieve more than I thought I would. I like the lip liner more than I thought I would, just the color in general, and I think maybe it's just because the lip color goes so nicely with these eyes, you know? Okay, so overall, I think the products are beautiful. I love the way that they performed, all of them. I love the eyeshadow. I mean, it just like, I can't get over this. I'm obsessed. I haven't done like a true smoky eye in such a long time, and this palette, what I like, the thing that I loved the most about it is not just the formulas, because I loved the formulas, but I loved how it was so, like, the progression was laid out perfectly. Like, it was just so intuitive, you know, the progression. I feel like a lot of people have a really hard time figuring out like what eyeshadows to put with what, or what colors to, like, kind of the progression, I guess. And this palette is very much like laid out for you. It gives you two excellent like blending or sort of crease options, and it just leads you down. It's kind of like you can start here, then go here, then go here, then go here, or you can start here, 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 and then there, or you can like stop there. I love I guess I didn't use this shimmer. I probably should have used that in my inner corner. I forgot about it. Glimmer. It's kind of a similar color to the highlight. Looks beautiful, very versatile. Love the pan size. I can really, when I was first doing this, I was like, oh, I really want to use this matte all over the lid. It's a really stunning kind of like cream shade, like true cream. I feel like a lot of creams are often like maybe still too stark, and you put them down for the majority of skin tones and it just looks like white, you know? But this just looks like it's gonna be so flattering. So I think she did an excellent job with like the layout, the colors that she chose. It's obviously like a warm neutrals palette, but it's the first one I've used in a very long time that makes me want to use it again, you know? I really love it. I really love it a lot. And if you want to see more looks with this palette, please just let me know, because I think it's going to be a go-to for me. Again, the highlight, the formula is stunning. I absolutely love it. Jamie and this launch has really gotten me back into this kind of shit, which used to be my shit. Smoke, you know, like just like sexy, and I'm super into it. Like a beam and highlight, I'm just blown away by all of it. I love it all. The more I wear and talk in this lipstick, it's very comfortable. I love the finish of it. I really love these colors. The packaging, this like black leather, like pebbled leather with shiny gold hardware is killer. Love it. I think it's so Jamie. Like I absolutely love it. The lipsticks look so luxe, you know? Like they're not ridiculously heavy in that way. You know, like when you pick up a Lisa Eldridge lipstick, it's like got weight to it, and you can tell that it's like very luxe. It doesn't have that, but just looking, I mean, it's just like absolutely stunning. I love it. With the V on the top, like beautiful. Now, we need to get into the mistakes because she did make some mistakes, and I would just be remiss if I didn't mention them. But overall, I will say I love the products, love the packaging, and I highly recommend. The boxes that they come in, this is like a cardboard box, once again, black and gold. This is with the like sleeve that the eyeshadow palette came in. Just like that, nice fit. The box that the highlighter came in is a little bit, it's not quite cardboard, it's like a very thin, maybe a thin cardboard, almost like a construction papery type weight, maybe ever so slightly thicker. Once again, the matte black with the gold, which I absolutely love. Like I think it's stunning. And obviously the like fact that the box is a little thinner means that she's probably like saving money there, which is nice, and you don't have to spend as much, but it's less protection for the products. Now, if you didn't notice before, let me just show this to you quick. You'll see the outer edges of the highlighter are kind of cracked a little bit. Luckily, it was able to maintain its shape and it didn't fall out, thank God. The eyeshadow palette, I guess one of the reasons that I didn't use Glimmer is because it did fall out when I received it. It wasn't like tight in there. I was actually shocked that this palette wasn't completely smashed when I received it, because this is the box that it came in. And that's it, like very super thin. And then this was what was around it. And that was it. It was just black tissue paper, and then it was put in this box. Now this shipped from the United Kingdom. So it went all the way from the United Kingdom to California. And that's another reason I was absolutely shocked that it was not broken. When I got the box, I was like, because most of the time I get this problem. I actually get this problem a lot when I'm receiving packages, typically from like a PR company that is just like happens to have the products. They're not the makeup brand and they're sending products out. One time I received, I'm not gonna say who it was from, but one time I received just a box filled with makeup, like eyeshadows, all this stuff, literally just like thrown in the cardboard box. No protective packaging at all. And everything was shattered, obviously. I opened it up and it was basically like poof, eyeshadow. So that is one thing that people, for whatever reason, I don't know why, don't take into consideration enough. If a makeup product, something that is like got powders, pressed powders, is being shipped across the world, basically, you need to be protecting it. Even if I'm just shipping it like to a friend that is in, I don't know, like a different part of California, I'm going to be using like bubble wrap at the very least. You need some shock absorption there. So that was a big mistake. And again, I'm shocked that these things were not completely broken when I received them. But that's one thing that I would be like, you're shipping, whoever's doing the shipping, they really need to invest a little, at least in something that's going to like just shock absorb a little bit, because like these FedEx, UPS, whoever, like they're just throwing shit around, man. I can't tell you how many times I've had like fragile this way up packages and they're just like thrown over the gate of my apartment, you know, like they don't give a fuck. So that would be my one criticism, is that's a really big thing because you're gonna get a lot of people who like ordered and things are going to arrive broken and it just, you know, sucks. But other than that, I think they're freaking amazing and I'm super excited to see her expand. I love the vibe so much. I want to pick up more of these lipsticks, honestly. I want to pick up more lip liners. I'm really excited to see it go. And I'm so like inspired by this eyeshadow look. Yeah, I fucking love it. I think it's bomb. So congratulations, Jamie. I think you did a fucking awesome job. And I will say that if you are someone who is maybe a little bit more of a beginner, but you're getting more into makeup, like, and you want, like, this is your vibe, this is a great one to start with because the blendability was incredible. All right, so I'm gonna go. This was fun, and I need to take some photos, and I'm pretty sure I missed the light. Yeah, it's really cloudy. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. That's my sign off. Bye.